Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to this Raw Opinions video. Here is my Twitter account. This is where you find the feedback request. It does go up a few hours after the shows now, and it is also a little bit hidden, but we did still get a few responses to go through. But yeah, Wrestling Days YT, this is where you need to go. And you can see we've been quite busy over the past 12 or so hours since Raw ended. But if we go down, you'll eventually see, boom, feedback required. What did you think about this week's Raw? Give me your thoughts and theories. And if we click on that, we've had a few to go through. So it is there. It just, before, you might have been able to have left it before you went to bed. Now it might be something you have to do in the morning or on a lunch break, but it is there. We'll do another one of these certainly on Friday after SmackDown, and we'll do another one after NXT Battleground. So we got a couple coming up, and I'll probably try and drop an extra one in maybe Wednesday or Thursday. So we've got a few of these coming up this week. But let's get into Raw, shall we? See what people thought. So here's Alex. He said, it was a good Raw, and I love the progression in the Liv Judgment Day storyline, and also Chad Sami Alpha Academy storyline. I think Finn and Liv are working together to manipulate Dominik. Dominik should be thankful that Liv came to his aid for Braun Strowman. That's true. I agree. I think that the Liv and Judgment Day storyline is brilliant. Finn and Liv working together, well, we did see them get out of the car, and that definitely feels like there's been conversations that have been had that we haven't been privy to. I mean, in order for them to get to that situation, must mean that there's been a lot of conversations before. And as I said, we've clearly not seen those. So it's hard to know what the current situation is, but it definitely feels like she's been talking to Finn, talking to Jade. We know that she's been talking to Dominik. He's been liking her posts. So there feels like there's manipulation going on, seduction going on. I don't know if she is trying to flirt with them all. It could just be that it's more a business arrangement with maybe Finn. The one person I've not seen any interaction with is Damian Priest. So I don't know that she's been buttering him up, right? But we've seen interactions with the other members. So this is going to build to a big reveal, a big confrontation, a big showdown. Don't know when that's happening, but I'm not sure if Damian's a part of this. I don't know that he features, and it could actually lead to him getting booted out the group. So yeah, we know that this is the Liv Morgan Revenge Tour. She wants to take the belt. Dominik, I would imagine Judgment Day as well. So it's building nicely. Can't wait to see the reveals on this. So Alex thinking that Finn and Liv are secretly working together. And they could be. John Elite said, really enjoyed Raw. Ludwig and Sheamus hit hard, I agree. Can't wait to see the end game with Judgment Day and Liv. I can see Jey as favourite for Money in the Bank. I can agree with that as well. These past QR codes seem to confirm June 17 is going to be the reveal. Yeah, just going back to that Jey point, I agree. I think his favourite. It just felt like different level when he came out. I mean, I think Braun is obviously a former world champion, Sheamus a former world champion. They had been on the show, but because of injury and absence, they just don't feel like they've got the momentum or the star power to me, to the point where they're going to move the dial, right? I don't know that too many people are tuning in to see them. That's my point. But Jey, when he comes out, he feels like Seth Rollins level. He feels Drew McIntyre level. Maybe not Roman Reigns and certainly not Rock level, but he feels like a big star when he comes out. And I thought the way they used him this week was great. Let's do a promo, but let's do it with the fans in the stands, you know? That was pretty cool. And I said during the watch along, what power he has, because he was standing looking around, and as soon as he went like with his, like, you could see it yourself, everyone reacting to him, joining in. He had a whole arena of people doing the hand thing, and it was like, it's just him stood in the crowd with a microphone, and like he just had the whole audience in his hands. It was amazing. It was amazing. It was an amazing way of presenting that promo, and it made him feel like just one of the biggest stars. So I agree. I think they're really investing in him, and they have been for a long time. And I think that he's got to be favourite for Money in the Bank. But I would love Sami to win it. I would love for it to be a case that Sami was the one that picked up the Money in the Bank. But obviously, I don't think he'll do that whilst also being IC champion. So he might have to drop that first, maybe to Chad's, and then go on to be in that match. At the moment, I don't even know if Sami gets in the match, because I don't think he does whilst being Intercontinental Champion, but that's maybe a whole nother conversation for a whole other time. Billy King Kota Movement said, it was good, 7 out of 10. The only thing that was a huge L was no Dakota Kai. At least she won on main event, I suppose. Yeah, Damage Control really going through a bit of a dip at the moment, aren't they? Really struggling. It happens, peaks and troughs. You can't be at the top forever. Asuka out injured, and obviously Iyo very frustrated. Trashed that locker room last week, but went after Lyra this week. So that should be a banging match. But yeah, just in a bit of a lull at the moment, but I'm sure they'll bounce back. But yeah, not a great time for Damage Control. Kean, shout out to you. Said Bron Breakker is a freak. That's all. P.S. How have they given him a theme that's quite literally the definition of a generic 2K entrance? It's Def Rebel, isn't it? I mean, Def Rebel are just not very good. I think that's the general consensus. I think their miss rate is much greater than their hit rate, and that needs to be resolved. And I don't know why WWE haven't done something about it. I mean, I don't want them to lose their jobs, but I don't know. Are they feeding back the concern? I mean, the fact that they were trending for being so awful is probably not a good sign, is it? It's probably not a good sign. I think that this is definitely an area, if you was to ask the fans what area of WWE would you like to see change, I think the area that would win would be the music. I think this is the number one kind of problem that WWE have, to be honest, in regards to where the online fan base is. Because as I said, I hear and see people talking about Def Rebel and how they're a bit rubbish on a regular basis. On a regular basis. And here's another example. So, yeah, definitely an area that WWE could improve. But as I said, I don't want to see anyone losing their jobs, but I don't know, can we not help them get better? Can we not maybe reject some of these awful themes and try and see if we can get, like, some better themes made, you know? I definitely would like to see better, more engaging music. It's been a big step down. Esmeralda said, waiting to see if Dom will betray Rhea or will Rhea be kicked out of Judgment Day and replaced by Liv. Hoping Drew wins at Clash in Scotland, but I'm also scared that Judgment Day will also interfere. I think it'll be both. I could see Dom betraying Rhea and Rhea being kicked out of Judgment Day, being replaced by Liv. I think Liv's on a revenge tour where she wants to take everything from Rhea. So I think it'll be both, to be honest, buds. I don't think anything's going to be left. She'll have a parking space. She'll have a locker room. She'll have anything that she can. Anything she can take from Rhea, she's going to try and take it. So, yeah, I think it's going to be everything. Sean said, this is how the show needs to be. I barely even realised it was 3 hours. There were so many good matches. Missy said, another great Raw. Loving both Braun and Bron. The pop for Otis was insane. Can't wait to hear the pop when Otis turns on Chad's. Jay's spot gave me chills. It was awesome. They've got something magical there. And I loved him sincerely thanking the fans. Any show with Sheamus and Drew makes it an 8 for me. Watson said before this episode, I wasn't so bothered by Alpha Academy and the Sami story, but after tonight, I'm fully invested. It's such a simple story, but that's why it's amazing. There's something about Otis that makes you want to cheer him. Good show. 8.5 out of 10. Ian said, I enjoyed it. I'm still not sure how I feel seeing Liv kiss Dom. Surely it gives us all a chance if she's lowering her standards. Very true. Very true. It'll be us next. Wrestling fan since day one said Liv and Dom kissing away. A true love story never ends. Oh, look at you. Look at you, you old romantic. Ethan said, it was really good, buds. Liv and Dom's storyline is really getting a good build. Bron continues to be a powerhouse. Can't wait for next week. We're getting Bron versus Ilya. That's going to be great. That is definitely going to slap. We've had it from NXT. So we've seen it before. But on the main roster, it's going to be different level, isn't it? Probably Otis turns on Chad at Castle. Overall, 9 out of 10, says Ethan. Tribal Chief said, it was a good Raw. Love that they are building up for Otis to turn on Gable. Really stacked QR codes. Overall, 8.5. People really enjoyed this show, didn't they? Really enjoyed it. Dean Parker said, I thought Raw was good. Matches were solid. Ludwig and Sheamus was a banger. The go-home show next week looks like it's going to be good. Everything looks ready for the Wyatt 6 debut. Can't wait for Unseen. Yep. I did say I'd bring Unseen back. That's where we round up like a lot of the wrestling talking points. People really enjoyed that series, and I enjoyed doing it. But it's just so hard with Nightbirds. It's just so hard. Nightbirds, you know, my whole notifications just full with that. So we are looking to bring that back this week. So, yeah, should be good. It won't be every day. Obviously, there's going to be like Friday night, Monday night. God only knows next week. So that's the go home. So there might be some extra Nightbirdage. But we're going to try and get Unseen back into the mix. So, Dean, shout out to you. And Harry said, I'm going to link back to the conversation we had about the Wyatt 6 being heels. Although you mentioned them being faces because of the history with Bray, I can't fathom how they could be faces after the most recent QR codes. Even the one last night. Has your opinion changed? My opinion on that won't change, but I can't fathom how they could be heels. What's a heel? A heel is someone that the crowd boos. A heel is the person the crowd wants to see lose. Right? That's what a heel is. Like, you have a face, you have a heel. The person that the crowd root for, the person that the crowd want to see lose. Why or how are we going to make the Wyatt 6 heels? It makes zero sense. Why would you bring them in as heels? I mean, Bray Wyatt passed away. There's a lot of heartbreak as a result. So much pain and sorrow for Bo. You know, people really feeling like, you know, we want this to work for you. There's so much goodwill. And look at the excitement around Nightbirds. So much excitement around Nightbird. People are really enjoying doing this campaign. There's so much excitement for when this group arrive. I mean, how are they going to arrive and get booed? How are they going to arrive and have a match and we're going to hope that they lose? I mean, that's what a heel is. So I can't see how we do that or even why we would want to do that. And in the QR code, actually, they've been talking about people being underutilized, undervalued. You know, to me, there's nothing here that suggests they're heels. The only thing that has suggested that they may go after a face is when they said that there's a massacre coming because they want to burn this whole thing to the ground. Because basically, it's set up so that the rich eat good and the poor don't eat at all. In the sense of, you know, your big stars keep getting big opportunities. Your stars lower down, they don't get as many opportunities, right? To the point where some, like Apollo, can barely get on TV. You know, certain stars can barely even get on TV. So they want to burn the structure to the ground. They want to, you know, kill the whole setup and end this establishment. And they said, like, if you want to get out of our way, then run and hide. That's the only way you're going to survive this. So I feel like they've sent a warning, and now what's coming is chaos, carnage, excitement. They're not coming in as heels. They're coming in as just this force. And there may be the odd face that gets caught up in this, right? There may be the odd face that gets caught up in this. They're not the focus. We're not looking to go after them. It's just a case that if you're going to burn this place to the ground and you haven't got out the way, then you're going to get caught up in this, right? So I don't quite know how they're going to deliver that and avoid hurting any faces. I fully admit that there could be some faces that are going to be caught up in this. But so far, I've not seen anything that has suggested that they're coming in as heels or they're going to try and be heels. I think they're faces. I think they're coming in as faces. And I think, if anything, they're trying to stand up for the people that are undervalued and overlooked. That's my interpretation of the QR code so far and the messaging. So I'd say if you've got a different interpretation, that's cool. I'd be interested to hear it as to why you think they're heels and going to be coming in as heels. But yeah, I wouldn't do that. From a booking point of view, I just don't see how that makes sense. So, no, my opinion hasn't changed. My opinion won't change. I don't see how you bring in Bo Dallas at this point as a heel, or even why you would want to. Right, that was that. Let's go into a few quotes. Where are we? Oh, no, we're done. That was it. Lovely. Well, appreciate people that did feedback. As I said, the post goes up a few hours after Raw now, but clearly the big conversations, Liv, Judgment Day, the Wyatt Six, Nightbirds, little bit in there about Sami, little bit in there, and Alpha Academy, little bit in there about Jey, but plenty going on in WWE. Don't forget, we'll have another one of these after SmackDown. We'll do another one after NXT Battleground this weekend as well. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.